All right, good evening, class. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope you are all having a very good Friday, pun sort of intended. I do hope you are having a good end of your week. I know I am. I was off today and enjoyed a nice long hike, having some good weather finally. Finally feeling like spring. Oh, I'm curious if anybody recognized the music we've got going on in the background, though I would be a little surprised if you did. It's not as well known a game as I think it ought to be. Oh, hold on, my cat is interrupting. Yes, hello kitty. Did you bring your toy? No, go lay down. Sorry. If I close my office door, he goes nuts. So, I just have to deal with that. Yeah, how's it going, Thoden? I mean, I'm certainly having a great Friday, and I hope you are as well. And it's going to be an even better Friday when I destroy the Pig Star and take down the evil Devatindos Empire. I am mad about last week. I got to the final boss, thought I won, and couldn't seal the deal. I couldn't beat the final phase. It caught me by surprise. So I am ready, and I am primed for revenge. Now, if I lose, I'll have to put it to all of you, class, to decide what my punishment will be. I can't bear the thought of losing to a game a second time. That would be truly too awful to fathom, but it could happen. So, you know, we'll get there when we get there. I hope we won't get there. I hope we'll be victorious tonight. And in fact, if we finish quickly tonight, I have another game I'd like to put on. But we'll see. We'll see when we get there. So why don't I bring out the trusty old TV? Give me a second here. Hot sauce smoothie if I lose. You know, it could be a lot worse than that. Also, good to see you, Hazmat. I mean, I like hot sauce. That's not the worst punishment. It would be if I had to, have hot sauce regularly over and over. Oh, I almost forgot all my stickers. There we go. We've got our stickers here from other games we've played. All right, and let's stop this background music. And know what? I want to get right to it. I want to prove to myself that I can beat this game. Because I was getting so close last time. It was, oh god. Just thinking about it, it hurts. It hurts to even consider. But let's give it a go. And I did test it. The level select code does not work in the US version. And my Genesis froze. Hold on. That's strange. Sorry about that. Cartridge blowing ASMR. Alright, here we go. Now we're in business. It was... I clutched defeat from the jaws of victory, Nanara. It was so painful. Also, let me know if the game volume is okay once we're in there. I think I got it set just right, but it's hard to know. Know what, though? At least this is a very fun game to have to rematch. I'm not looking forward to my eventual rematch of TMNT. The reason that hasn't happened yet, class, is not just because I'm scared. I am scared. I won't pretend I'm not. But I have not yet had a day when I know I have at least 12 hours that I can devote to it. And if I'm going to do that rematch, I'm going to do it right. Which means I need that much time. Now, let's see how well I remember these first couple levels. Inauspicious start. Getting hit immediately by the first enemy. That's fine. Yeah. Trauma Mutant Ninja Turtles. Or Teenage Mutant Ninja Trauma. I feel like growing up a weird sewer mutant raised by a martial art rodent would probably not leave you the most well-balanced person in the world. That's it, Woozle. Let's have a race on the game Awesome Possum. That game sucks. That game's terrible. At least this is a fun game, and at least, Woozle, you now admit that this is in fact an opossum. Yeah, no, there is actually a game on the Sega Genesis called Awesome Possum, and it's terrible. I'm not kidding. Look it up, because it's bad. Woozle, I swear to God, you do not gaslight me on Good Friday. Oh, you were swearing up and down it was a rabbit last time. Oh yeah. Oh, that was the stylish move. 4 for 1 special, let's go. I'll just hang out behind him for this boss fight, since we don't actually need to be in front of him. What's good about it for me personally today, Woozle, is that it was a gorgeous day out. I had the day off and I went for a nice hike. I've had a wonderful day. And let's just beat this guy up real quick. Piece of cake. Level 1 should pose me no problems. Should... Did you at least get paid for the overtime, Woozle? Because if you didn't, that would be terrible. That would be absolutely awful. Okay. Well, that's not the worst then. I mean, generally speaking, I would rather have time than money when it comes to things like overtime. Also, man, this flying is so cool. I just love that as you get down close to the water, you see the... like you're kicking up spray. which version of Sparkster Tane? That's important. Also, good to see you. SNES or Mega Drive? Because Sparkster is a good game, it's just really the Super Nintendo version. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but I just always preferred Rocket Knight Adventures. So it's been years since I've played Sparkster, so maybe I should revisit it. I'm getting too cavalier and just running through the first stage assuming it can't hurt me, and it very much can. I just love how colorful and expressive everything here is. Alright, now we've got our fire coming at us. Knowing it's coming should help, it doesn't seem to all the time. That's just me being bad at video games. There we go. That's a little better. Piece of cake. Yeah, if I'm losing lives on the first level, we've got big problems coming. But things seem to be going well so far. Get these gems to get those tasty 1-ups. So I think we get a 1-up at 20,000 points, 60,000 points, and then every 60,000 after that. We're gonna need those lives. I want to get to the last level with all my lives intact. And just... I want to absolutely destroy the Pig Star. I'm still mad about a week ago. I still feel it in my soul. That was a crushing loss. Also, we're close to our first points 1-up. It's very nice. I love whenever you can see a stage boss, like, in the distance, you know, as you approach. That kind of thing always really appeals to me. And this guy's pattern is all pretty easy. So hopefully we get through this without too much trouble. Yeah, Tomba had great evil pigs. I really like that game, but it's been years since I've played it. I think the last time I played it was shortly after the PS Vita came out, because it was available as one of the PlayStation Classics. It was a lot of fun to download that and go through it again. Very fun game. Oh. Took 2 hits to the tail, that's no good. I think one more hit, though, and the boss should be all set. Maybe one more? There we go! Yeah. Well, this was still Konami at this point, Tane. I don't think... I'm trying to remember the director's name. But I think he stayed with Konami at least through Contra Hardcore. And then I think he went to Treasure to work on Alien Soldier. I don't remember his name, though. Axel Gear, you bastard, you'll pay for this. You can't get away with it. Yeah, pretty much every single boss in this game, though, has multiple forms. God, it was amazing that Konami was so good that all the staff that left for Treasure didn't stop Konami from making amazing games still. So this was 93, so I think this was before Treasure happened. So you can see a lot of the DNA of Treasure games in this. You know, like having things that in any other game would be like a boss fight as just, you know, the start of stage enemy you face for no clear reason other than it's cool. You know, the rule of cool lives large. You know, do you need a reason to do something other than it being cool? Absolutely not. Okay, maybe this was right around the same time then. I would need to check what staff worked on this and what staff worked on Gunstar Heroes. Gunstar Heroes is another good one. Actually, the Master System port of that really blows me away to this day. Just the fact that they managed to get such a complex game as that working on an 8-bit platform is really mind-boggling. You know, obviously it's not as good as the 16-bit version, but it's still amazing. Now we've got our cool mechanic of switching foreground and background. And we've got another stage mini-boss to deal with, who also is switching foreground, background all the time. But we can really just hang out in one spot and hammer on his tail whenever he comes near. It ends up being a pretty easy fight, all things considered. One thing I don't understand, so the hard mode in this game, one hit kills you. You know, you get one chance, and if you mess up, you're dead, and that's it. That's insane in a game as difficult as this. That's a true madman's mode. I am not capable of running that, I don't think. If I was, I would have to practice a whole ton. I mean, at that point, you need to have the whole game memorized. You know, that's not something you can do just by pure skill alone. You know, obviously you need to be very skilled to do that, but no one's going to do that on their first try. You know what I mean? Beating the game, sure. There we go. We're getting close to another one up. So after this neat little underwater section, we've got one of the fastest minecart sections in any video game, and a one-up that I'm hopefully not going to mess up grabbing this time, because I messed it up a bunch last week. And really, messing up the one-up grab, it's, you know, nothing gained, nothing lost. But I'd rather not mess it up and actually gain the life. Hey, Torgo, how's it going? We are already on to level 2. We are making good progress. We're going to go ahead and pigs are going to come from either side, and we're going to kill them. They're stupid bombs. Taking more hits than I would like to, but that's all right. That just means I got to pay better attention. Got some nice circus-like music going on. Always fun. And we're out of pigs. Let me try this one up grab. There we go. I didn't mess it up this time. But I messed up that jump. How did I do the difficult part and fuck up the easy part? That's embarrassing. Oh well. Hello, CMC as one. Welcome. Thank you for following. Hope you are having a very good day. Welcome as I blunder my way through Rocket Knight Adventures. We were off to a strong start, and then I went and messed up something easy. Which is always how it goes, you know? Like, you'll do something impressive that required actual skill, and then you'll mess up on the easiest thing. Or at least that's how it goes for me. There we go. There we go. All right. Now you just got to be ready to hop minecart to minecart. Not too bad. This is really a stage that's just pretty much just memorization. I don't really mind that, but it feels a little cheap sometimes, you know? Also, I think I finally figured out how to do that part without taking hits. I say as I get hit. Wait for the last bomb to go. Thank you, Hazmat. Look at all those chickens. Like how Sparkster's just smug. Alright, now time for the level boss. God, I hope so. This is my first run of the night, Elliot. That would be great. I'm messing up an easy part now. Still got my chicken bro hanging out. Oh, he left. I love those hits where you get both the hitbox of the sword and your projectile. This boss should be pretty easy as long as I get through the second phase here without taking too much damage. Yeah, suplex a train. God, I love Final Fantasy VI. Or 3 as I grew up with it. Right? Super satisfying. Now we just avoid those. And we'll be good to go soon. One nice thing is that if you hit the enemy, your own hitbox kind of disappears for a second. So that's why when he's swinging his hands around like that, you can just smack him and not worry too much about getting damaged. And now here he's just got the ball projectile, so I can just kind of hang out and hopefully blast him and be done. Just really swing the sword a lot. There we go. Not as much health left over as I would have liked, but it appears that I have retained a lot of the lessons of last week. And that'll earn us another life. So we're off to a pretty good start. Now, my goal is I would love to get to the last level without having lost a life. I don't know that that's realistic. We'll see. Yeah, the Train of Doom is done for. Here's where we have one of the coolest visual effects that the Genesis and Mega Drive can produce, which is that awesome mirrored surface. And with it, we're going to have to do some mirrored platforming. Though if you touch it, even 1 pixel, you die. Now there's platforms hidden behind these crystals, but we can see them thanks to the reflection. But trying to keep that in your brain along with what you can see... Yeah, exactly. It's like in Castlevania Bloodlines. Konami did reuse it. Yeah, mirror surface lava. Don't think too hard about it. And we got another one up. Bloodlines is another absolute masterclass of 16-bit programming and game design. Stupendous game. Alright, now we've got raising and lowering water level and some annoying fish. Not too hard a section overall, I say as I take some damage immediately. We can use our rocket pack to go over some stuff, but don't really need to for most of it. It's mostly just trying to avoid damage from the fish. Or having them interrupt your charging, which is annoying. I'm sure speedruns of this part look speedruns of this game in general must look absolutely insane with the, boost mechanic in general. Alright, now... Yeah, we can float right down, though I should have been charging. I don't know. Fish get a bad rap in video games as being evil all the time. In my experience, most fish are too stupid to be good or evil. Now we've got a stage sub-boss that manages to be hyper than most bosses in other games. The big crab guy. Got a couple hits in on him before he starts attacking us. I'm going to try to destroy one of his claws at least, because it just makes it easier to get at him. A giant enemy crab hit the weak spot for massive damage. I'm taking massive damage, not him. That's bad. I was kind of taking this guy for granted, and I shouldn't have. That's okay. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Oh yeah, that's right, Torgo. And I think one more hit and we'll be all set. I was wrong. Oh, dear. Dearie me. Oh, we're at the lowest health we can possibly be at. Please die. Thank you. Unfortunately, that was not the stage boss. Stage boss is coming up after this cool walker section, where you'll want to balance being on and off to avoid spikes and enemies. Just ignore that guy. Don't need the points that bad. Now, it is possible that I could beat the boss without getting hit. Is it likely, though? No. Not at all. Because this boss has one very fast pattern that's hard to evade. He does spit out bananas for health. So there is a chance that I can get healed during the fight and win that way. But I'm going to need to... Yeah, no, I messed up. You need to avoid hitting the lava and hop on the platforms he gives you. Then platforms will drop down and his pig captain will hop out. That was close. There we go. This is one where you just need to not panic. Only not panicking is hard. Now he's going to spit stuff out. You can always get bananas on the right side there. And we can usually get 1 or 2 hits in. Yeah, right. Beating Rugal first try, forget about it. All King of Fighters bosses have just... They cheat. I swear. Any boss in an SNK game just straight up cheats. Okay. The pattern's a lot easier from the right-hand side. At least for me. They're really not very different. There's something about how it works with my brain. Alright, in one more cycle we should be good to go. Now, if only I could have done it this well the first time. That would have been nice, huh? The speeding up and slowing down of the platforms makes it really easy to panic and mess up because of that. But we should be all set now, and I think... There we go. Taken care of. Why couldn't I do it that well the first time? Oh well, at least we'll get a lot of bonus points for having full health at the end of the fight. Yeah, look at that, 12,000. No, it's... I mean, it feels bad the first time you try it, Hazmat, because you don't know what to expect and the pattern's really quick. But it's not that bad. Now, stage 4, I think we're going to be... Yeah, getting up to that giant airship. The king comes and brings us a cannon to shoot out of, which is super cool. Towed by a neat little Stegosaurus guy. Gonna break in, and now we're fighting Captain Fleegle, the second in command of the pig fleet. Yeah, no, it's going pretty well so far, Torgo. That wasn't Princess Sherry at all! Now, if we just go to this side of the screen, we can reliably get his projectiles back to him. You just gotta swing it like the last possible second. And just like that, we'll be on to the next phase. Now, he is going to be piloting the end boss of this. Alright, now we've got to do our best Donkey Kong impression up here. Avoiding barrels. They will either be bouncing, which you want to walk under, or rolling, which you want to jump over. And you don't have a lot of reaction time. Thankfully, you have these very kind pillars here to catch you if you mess up too badly. And there should be, yes, banana, restore a lot of health. Very good. Then we just have to hit Captain Fleegle once down here. Oh, cat. Stop scratching my chair while I'm sitting in it. Sorry. Cat problems. He wants attention. And then we've got to do some platforming under the ship. This is another spot where we have a one-up opportunity as long as we don't botch it, and then we have another little sub-boss fight. Very important to try to kill these little bomb guys. And here's our 1-up. Very nice. Now this boss who comes over, we're going to have to fight him indirectly by dropping stuff onto him. He has a flame attack that'll come in patterns of 3. So we'll let him spew his fire, dodge it, spew his fire. Now those bomb guys are going to start dropping down from above me. I just need to drop them onto him. And simple as that, we can move on. It's hard to time them to hit him when you want, so it's better, I think, to just try to avoid taking damage from the enemy and just 2-cycle it. I'm not speedrunning, I'm just trying to survive. You know, I'm sure you can beat him in like a heartbeat if you're amazing at this game and have it memorized and all that. But I'm not, and I don't. So I'm just going to try to beat it normal like. Now we've got swinging platforms coming up, which caught me off guard the first time. I was not ready, but I am ready this time. So even if you're ready, those are quite quick. And now we've got a corridor of death to contend with, where we've got force fields and guys with guns. There's barely enough time to hit the guys before they shoot, so you're always going to want to duck to avoid their projectiles and try not to get caught in the force fields. I do love that this big airship is apparently pedal-powered. That's very cute, very cartoony. Though it is hard to get the timing of when to cross just right. And you gotta stand between them sometimes, and there's not a lot of room. There's not a lot of margin for error in general in this game. It's one thing I've noticed. Which is fine, you know, it's a challenging game, that's the point. You'd be disappointed if you beat your game on the first try back in the day. Well, no, I wouldn't. I'd be pretty happy, actually. Okay, now we've got the boss that was kind of a miniature brick wall for me last time, because it's a big robot that has a really annoying pattern where you're going to have to dodge garbage from the ceiling. And you just don't have a lot of time to react, and there's no one safe spot on the screen. There's a few spots that are safer than others, but no one, like, guaranteed no-hit zone. I did pretty well until the very end there. And then we've got to dodge his big projectile, hit him. Normally you can 2-cycle it, but because I messed up, it's probably going to be a 3-cycle if I survive his stupid garbage dance. Which remains to be seen, because it goes for just longer than you would expect it to. Oh, God. I've got the timing of that all wrong. Okay, it looks like, unless I can really clutch it out right here, we're going to have to do this again. Yep, I did not clutch it out. That's an annoying pattern. And then once you destroy the robot, Fleagle himself will come charging at you, and he jumps whenever you swing your sword. So only swing your sword right at the moment. The critical moment. Typical. Hey, Woozle. Let's see you do it, okay? Watch, I'll do it perfectly this time. Just to shut the haters up. Yeah. I wouldn't go so far as to compare it to Cheetah Men, but turn the crowd up. Don't worry, Woozle, I just have to throw for content a few times. You know all about that. Too advanced for my boomer hands. Alright. Yeah, you were just throwing for content with Winnie the Pooh, weren't you, Woozle? You could do that, no problem. You just wanted to make it look good. Oh, thank you for following, Flavorful. Much appreciated. But that's the boss dealt with. You know what would have made it easier, Woozle? Upgrading your damn stats. It is hard. I have not beaten it. I got to Christopher Robin with 39 out of the 40 needed. No, Woozle can't hang with Christopher Robin. Only the gods can hang with Christopher Robin. Also, these cutscenes are so goddamn sick. We've got another flying stage now, which looks absolutely awesome. Also, I want to point out, look at the architecture in the background. It's all got pig faces and stuff. Are you going to take that, Woozle? No, you don't get a choice. Yeah, the game was too easy for him. He had to spice it up, otherwise he'd be bored. You know, he's like, you know, Ultra Instinct Shaggy. He can only show like 0.00001% of his power, or we'd all be blown away. We wouldn't be able to handle it. You know, I'm sure a game like this would be, you know, a baby game for him. You know, even on the hardest mode where you die in one hit no matter what, I'm sure Woozle would have no trouble. His skills are that advanced. Also, look at that pig's face. He's doing like the Doctor Strangelove thing, but in reverse. Instead of going down with the bomb, hee-hawing and throwing his cowboy hat around, he got launched somehow and he's crying. He's going to die. All right. I can't remember if I need to be top left or bottom left. I needed to be bottom left. Oh, God. I forgot about that stupid walker thing. All right, let's try that again. It'll be a piece of cake this time. Those hitbox... Shut up, Woozle. There we go. The bottom left meme has persisted for a very long time. What are they even thinking these pigs are going to do that they're sending to me just like floating down on a balloon? Quite literally pigs to the slaughter. Also, as the manual points out, Sparkster is a war orphan. I'm sure he feels nothing from murdering hundreds of pigs in cold blood. Like, it doesn't even register to him. Alright. Embrace my bottom left side. And we're gonna need to get some hits in to break his shield and dodge his laser bolts. Which is easier said than done, and probably not worth trying to dodge between them like that. Cool as it looks. There we go. Now he's gonna charge at me. The second time he charges, he jumps as well, which is a pain in the ass. Oh, I'm dying. He does so much damage. Yeah, no, this game has Woozle, wait till you see the boss of this level. If you think these mechs are cool, just wait. It gets so much cooler. On the mech front, specifically. Hey, that's the first time I got through that without getting hit. Which is good, because I'm wasting my lives here. This game... Shut up, Woozle. I'll have you know, I made it to the final boss multiple times last week, and then lost. But... I will get there, rest assured. Am I threatening you, Elliot, or Woozle? Okay. I kind of figured. Let's see. Woozle, I am going to put you in 52 different dumpsters in Minecraft.
Hello. Hello.
Hey, Yusha.
Hello.
Oh, thank you. Oh, is this another Woozle threat? Woozle, I would say that I'm going to hit you so hard that when you wake up your clothes will be out of style, but we both know they already are. Oh, let's see. Am I threatening you, Woozle, or am I threatening somebody else? Ooh, a scold and a threaten. All right, hold on, Woozle. Who am I threatening? You or someone else? All right. Woozle, I'm going to tie you to a chair and force you to play Winnie the Pooh's Home Run Derby until you beat it. And then when you beat it, I'm going to force you to play Yo-Noid on real hardware until you beat it. And if you start falling asleep, I will play for you the Evergrace soundtrack at full volume. And let's see. Yusha, you have been late for class so many times at this point. You're not just going to detention. You are going to in-school suspension for 3 days. And if you don't show up, your bottom will be paddled so red you won't be able to sit down for a week. Do you understand me? All right, and certified dummy. Praise Woozle. You know, Woozle, you are pretty entertaining for a circus ferret, I guess. Who am I threatening, Hardcore Hunter? You or somebody else? I never said it wouldn't be a tsundere. It won't be the hot nurse, Yusha. It will be the groundskeeper. You know, the one with the gout? Yeah. So, Hardcore Hunter, I am going to delete System 32 from your computer, and you can't stop me. Yeah, groundskeeper Willie. Also, Woozle, are you ready for Phase 2 with this mech? Because of course there's a Phase 2. This isn't even the boss of the level and it has a Phase 2. Tane, I am going to personally detune every single instrument you own. I like how they just give you a pity one-up at the start of this level. Let's see. Elliot, you're always showing up early, raising your hand first, sitting in the front row. Nobody likes a teacher's pet. Tone it down. Oh shit, I hesitated too long now. I'm dead for sure. Oh, maybe I can make it. Nope, I fucked up. Shit! There's indestructible soldiers, and if you don't beat them to it, you die. Like 100% you're dead. But it's very hard to fall correctly. If you hesitate for even a second, you are toast. Same thing here. This one's easier, though. Just got to avoid the big guys. And then laugh at them for being idiots and walking right into the lava. Yeah, that's right. Stupid head. Get out of here. Oh, and now we've got an absolutely ruthless floor-raising, ceiling-falling type section. This one's got so little margin for error that I swear, like, Sparkster's ears are getting brushed against the ceiling. It's insane. But they do give you a one-up halfway through it, as if they knew that they made it too hard. Yep, just like that. You want to brush his ears after a long day of soldiering? You know, help him relax. Come home, have his hearth tended. Just in general. Oh shit. I can't believe you're a groomer, Woozle. Unbelievable. Twitlonger incoming. So little margin for error there. Ooh, okay, Nanara. My choice. I know it's my choice. I put that in the description. Let me find something. Mute that. Alright. I've got one. Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me, my lover stands on golden sands and watches the ships that go sailing. Somewhere beyond the sea, she's there waiting for me. If I could fly like birds on high and straight to her arms, I'd go sailing. It's far beyond the star, it's near beyond the moon. I know beyond a doubt my heart will lead me there soon. We'll meet beyond the shore, we'll kiss just as before. Happy we'll be beyond the sea, and never again I'll go sailing. I get this difficult one up. Yeah. Also, I feel like I don't need to say it, but if I touch that glowing stuff, I'm just dead. I know beyond a doubt, oh, my heart will lead me there soon. We'll meet, I know we'll meet beyond the shore. We'll kiss just as before. Happy we'll be beyond the sea, and never again I'll go sailing. No more sailing, so long sailing, bye-bye sailing. Move on now, Captain, so long. Yeah, exactly. Nothing good comes from touching glowing stuff. Also, big mech fight, let's go. Me and Axel here, robot to robot. Damn, robot got hands. Let's go. Also, thank you for the Pachis. Oh, no. You would think... Also, getting to the mech fight, you have no room for error here. Because if that thing touches you, you're dead. Oh, shut up, Woozle. I forgot. There we go. Thank you. If you mess up even a little here, you're done. No time to mess up here. Because if that big robot touches you, you are dead. But now I got a big robot, so let's see who's so tough now, Axel Gear. Also, what a cool name for your bad guy, Axel Gear. And he's like the evil Sparkster. He used to be your homie, and then he betrayed the country. Because he's in love with the princess, and she doesn't care about him. Damn. Damn, he's messing me up. How'd I do this so easily last time? Let's try that again. Ooh, one fun Easter egg I'll have to show off. Ooh, we're about to get another life from the gems, though. There we go. It's Axel Gear's Joker arc. Truly, we live in a society. Oh, what was I just thinking? Just the fact that they throw in, like, Kaiju Big Battle in the middle of the game. Also, how come his robot can take so many more hits than mine? That's not fair. That's not fair at all. My robot should be just as tough as his. God damn it. That's not a good sign. But there's only 2 more stages. Yeah, aftermarket upgrades. There are only 2 stages after this. Thank you, Flavorful. Let's see. Oh, thinking of just kaiju in general class. If you ever want to watch a movie that will just make you sad, watch Big Man Japan. It's ostensibly a comedy, but man, it leaves you feeling so empty inside when you're done watching it. Highly recommended. Two kaiju enter. 1 kaiju leaves. 2 kaiju enter. 1 kaiju leaves. Yeah, no. It's just a movie, Woozle. I highly recommend looking it up if you want to just feel like an unquenchable pit of sadness in your heart for like a month. That said, it has some very, very funny moments, but the overall vibe is just crushing despair and humanity. I think it's from 2007 or so. Shit! I thought well, that was the worst death I have taken in this game. I'm deeply ashamed of myself. That was awful. I thought I hit down. Yeah, Flavorful. I'm glad you know. Big Man Japan. And it is a little... You forget that you're watching Matsumoto. Oh my... I've got it in my head now. I've got what, like, sports players, baseball players call the yips. Yeah, it's really good Certified Dummy. Oh my god. I'm messing up the most basic stuff now. It got in my head. And now it got in my fingers. More importantly than in my head. That's fine. We don't want to make this too easy, right? Gotta have some drama. That's what I'll tell myself at least. Yeah, just wash your hands. There we go. That was embarrassing. Do any of you class remember the show Rocko's Modern Life? Because I think the first time you ever see the character Filbert, you know, he's working at the comic shop. And he's sitting there just going, you turn the page, you wash your hands. Turn the page, wash your hands. It's very funny. There we go. Not so tough now, are you, Axel Gear? My mom was not a fan of me watching that show as a kid. And I understand why. All right. What's cooler than a big robot battle? You'll see. Oh, there's the evil Emperor Devil Gus, or Devil Jus, or however you're supposed to say it. We've freed Princess Sherry. But oh no, he's escaping into space. We can't let this go unpunished. So Princess Sherry supercharges us, and we're going to space. Hell yeah. Also, look how tough he looks on that intermission screen. Time to play Gradius. I'm not kidding. Time to play Gradius. I love how it literally is Gradius. Konami couldn't help themselves. And I wouldn't want them to. It does Woozle. It's got a tremendous amount of gameplay variety. It's got a ton of visual variety, incredible graphics and sound. It is one of the finest 16-bit games. It's just also very hard. Let's go to the one place uncorrupted by capitalism. Space. God, Tim Curry is a blessing. He's not dead yet. I don't think. He might be, and I might have forgotten. Also, now we've got a sub-boss. Hey, Chancho, I am playing Rocket Knight Adventures for the Sega Genesis on real hardware. I've got my childhood Sega Genesis hooked up. This is a rematch, because I played this last week, and I lost after 6 hours. I just couldn't beat the final boss. So we are having round 2. And it's going pretty well. I'm on level 6 right now. I could be doing better, though. Alright. And now, you thought Axel Gear was gone? Nope, he's back, and he's got lackeys with him this time, and he's got a big-ass space laser, which is maybe the coolest thing I've ever seen in a video game. Let's get right up in his face. He's gonna pull out the big gun again. Nope, we got him. That's right, run back to the Pigstar, coward. all the stories about Tony Hawk getting both recognized and not recognized are the funniest thing in the world. Alright. Boss fight time. Against a whole ass space station. Let's go. They got nothing on Sparkster. I will destroy this whole ship and everybody on it. Because you messed with my kingdom. And Sparkster is a dutiful man. Alright, they start teleporting. We're going to want to get under them and destroy parts of the ship one by one. So we're going to take out this gun, and then a hatch is going to open. Then the ship will eventually split in two, which is honestly super dope looking. But then, just when you think you're done, Axel Gear comes back out for another fight. And it's hard. Alright, now the ship's weak spot is right here, in a really tricky-to-hit location. So just dodge the fire, don't get rammed by the ship, because I think getting hit by the ship does like 4 whole hearts of damage. So if the ship rams you, you're pretty much dead. I'm almost dead already. Alright, now the ship's gonna break in half. Just absolutely blast this one half, because otherwise... There we go. Alright, and you would think this is the end of the fight. But this is a Konami game. The fight's never over. Now it's Axel Gear in a dope-ass mech. So he's just got some pretty simple projectiles for us to dodge. Then an annoying homing laser thing. Oh, I messed it up. At least it starts back at the ship. The homing laser thing is a little annoying. But then there's only a very brief period of time in which you can actually hurt Axel Gear's mech, and he does a big, crazy arm flailing thing. Yeah, Woozle, you should play this game. It's awesome. It also has a mode called Children, so that's good for you. They reshuffled the difficulties for the American release. So what it calls easy in the American release is actually the Japanese hard mode. Oh, I'm screwed. Oh no, I lucked out. And what's called hard mode here was originally only an unlockable mode in the Japanese version called Crazy Hard, where you die in one hit. So this game doesn't mess around, is what I'm saying. If you play on Children mode, however, you cannot get the true ending. Just strong incentive to not play on Children mode. Yeah, right, the American release is actually harder, which is usually backwards from how these things go. Alright, split apart so I can get at your juicy innards. There we go. And now we've got our mech fight. Can you tell I had to do this fight a bunch last time? Okay, he's gonna shoot his spread fire pattern, which I was about to say is easy to avoid before I got hit, and then thought better of saying that. Avoid these. Now's when we can hit him. You've just got to hit that gold ball thing. And now get to the top left of the screen, or he will absolutely stomp all over you. And that's no fun. But as long as we avoid the bulk of his projectiles, he shouldn't be that bad, and I think it takes 4 hits on whatever that thing is. How does a mech make that movement? How do you jump in space? I don't know. These aren't questions that you need to ask because it's cool. If it's cool, who cares? And it's very, very cool. Therefore, I don't care that it doesn't make sense. Also, hey, Mr. J, we're doing it. We're still on our first run. Exactly, Hazmat. Rule of cool. Though we're about to have like 4 boss fights in a row in the next level, so we'll see how that goes. So this should be the end of Axel Gear. Get out of here, loser. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. He thought he was bad, but he was nothing. Let's go. Level 7. In the heart of the Pig Star. This is the last level. Let's go. Also, how cool are these little cutscenes? I don't know what you're talking about, Mr. J. I've only got stickers for video games I've played on stream up here. Now fight on sight with the Emperor. Just gotta get right at him. Teach him who's boss. Hint, it's me, not you, stupid pig man. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Oh, he exploded. Guess what? The fight's not over. The fight's never over. This is a Konami game. You thought the fight was over? You're a fool. I do love the amount of mastery Konami had over the hardware to let their characters like do that kind of cool sprite jiggle. It's really awesome. Thank you for the for the health, game. All right. We're not done. You can see they're building more robot emperors. We can't have that. We can't have that at all. Yeah, right? I mean, the game is fairly generous with health and 1-up power-ups. You know, it's not like... They're not cruel about it. It's just hard. In a very, very fair way most of the time. Honestly, I think the most unfair thing in the game is probably just the minecart section in the second level. Because unless you've memorized that one, you're gonna have a bad time. Also, you ready for the tightest shit? Yeah. Axel Gear ain't done. We've got to have our mirror match fight. He can do everything I can do. And a cool spinning attack to boot. But we'll teach him who the real boss is. God, this... It's so cool. It's so cool. I don't know. There's nothing more hype to me than a mirror match like this, you know? It's like the Dark Link fight in Zelda 2 and Ocarina of Time. Get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah, gotta teach him who's the real boss around here. But again, we're not done. Axel Gear won't be defeated that easily. Shit. We're almost there. We're almost there. Because even this fight has multiple phases. Because, again, of course it does. You'd be disappointed if it didn't. And we're at 1 health. It's time for the true gamer moment. The true Sparkster skill. Do I have it? Will Axel Gear beat me? Not a chance. Not a chance. That's what I thought. If you write it, Woozle, I'll record that. Welcome to Rocket Knight Adventures, where if you think this boss fight has only 1 phase, you're a dumb enough motherfucker to fall for it every time. Guaranteed. Only, we're not done. Of course we're not done. Also, I love the scrolling in the background. Use Axel Gear to plug up the hole. Nothing can go wrong with this idea. Come on, jump back over. I gotta be extremely careful here. I will die if I get touched by anything. I feel like dying right here after clutching out that boss fight would be the worst thing possible. It's not over yet. It's never over, Torgo. This is a Konami game. And now the game introduces one last mechanic, which is low-gravity floors. Only now we can get some extra 1-ups and some health. The game is kind. For once, the game is kind. And then beyond this room is the final boss fight. Am I ready? Am I ready? Can I beat this game on the first run of the night? That would be almost beyond belief, class. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm almost ready. I'm nervous. There's another 1-up for us. I think if I just got like a couple more gems, that would be enough for another 1-up as well. Maybe I can get some score from the boss fight. I don't know. Alright. Let's face off against the pig star itself. Woozle believes. That's a first. Look at this big ugly. Nope, no continues yet, Torgo. Let's go. Alright, each phase pretty much takes 4 hits. And for some reason last time, this first phase was, like, really messing me up. Not this time. Not this time. Yeah, your teacher learned. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling good. Now he's going to do a little projectile attack that goes in multiple directions. Should be easy to dodge. And now is when we can bait him into being in a position we want him to be in. The speed. Anytime someone says speed like that, I can only think of Jeremy Clarkson. The speed! That's that phase down. We're on to our next phase already. He's got all these rings, but what good will they do him? Oh, messed up. Messed up! Oh no. God, that's fast, Woozle. That speed's insane. I gotta hit him one more time in this phase. Okay, now we're on to this last phase where he shoots these stupid rings. And I think we've got to get 4 hits total in. You put that thing back where it was, so help me God. Nope. Oh, we're still alive. We're still alive. Oh, he died, but so did I. All right. We can do this. We can do this. I'm feeling a lot better about it than I was last week. I've gotta get a better system for that first phase. Because if you get underneath him, boy, that hurts. Okay, get that out of the way. This part's pretty easy, at least. Watch, I say that, and then I'm gonna somehow lose on this part that I've never lost on before. Because that is how it goes, isn't it? Okay, now is when I can jump over him to bait the attack onto one side and get his exposed deedly bopper on the other. Technical term. Absolutely, that's a deedly bopper. It's a deedly bopper if I've ever seen one. Oh, and we earned another life from score, it looks like. Okay, one more hit. I kind of bungled his big arms ring phase, so I think I can do better on that. Meaning this phase here. If I get that just right with the timing, which I didn't there. There we go. That's what I want to see. Ooh, that was nice. That was nice. One more of those. That's that. Now he's going to be in his rings phase. Which I think if I attack aggressively, I have enough health I can just kind of power through it, maybe. Problem is they come so quick. Only... Do not be deceived, class. We did not win the game yet. We did not win the game yet. The roller coaster of emotions I went through last week at this exact moment. It's never over. The real Phase 2 begins now. The pig star can't be killed that easily. But that explosion is tight as shit. So cool. Very Star Wars. But we're not done. We're not done. We've got this annoying bastard to fight. And by fight, I mean avoid until he burns up on re-entry. And I'm so bad at dodging him. Holy shit. We're almost there. I see the planet behind us. How? No! No! Guess what that means we get to do again, class. The whole damn boss fight. Oh. That's fine. That's fine. I gotta figure out how, in that phase, when he does his just, like, fall down attack, to better bait him for that. Also, why am I getting clapped on the first stage here? Something about the way he bounces is hard for my brain to keep up with. You stop that right now, mister. You know, just for you, Woozle, I'll say it more. That sound effect sounds like it's right out of Columns. Which I know we went through this last week. But I feel the deep need to remind everybody how absolutely insane the story in Columns Stack for the arcade is. Hey XSE, how's it going? Everybody, if you haven't, look up the ending to Columns Stack, Sega 1994 arcade. If you clear Columns Stack on 1 credit in the arcade, it has the most insane ending and story I have ever seen in a game. And it belongs to a puzzle game, because of course it does. I mean, the story starts with a picture of a 9mm handgun and some ammo, and you talking about how you're going to find out the truth about your father's death in the Columns tournament 10 years ago. It's insane. And the ending, I could tell you the ending and you wouldn't believe me because it's too crazy. Okay. The hard part with this is he just respawns right in and you might be right on top of him if you weren't careful with your last placement. And of course I'm not careful with my last placement. I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, we've gotta do it. We've gotta do it. We do still have 2 continues, though. And we have not yet used our continues. So things are not so dire as they seem yet. Yet. They will be, rest assured. Okay. There we go. This phase is easy because if you jump over him, you can bait his weapons to the other side and generally avoid getting hit. I think I jumped too soon on that one. Or not soon enough, one or the other. But you can essentially just have a predictable pattern every time instead of trying to dodge between that nonsense. Alright, now we've got the crazy swinging arms phase. Which, if I'm quick and accurate, isn't so bad. That's just a big if on both of those things. And the yellow bits you can dodge between without getting hurt, which is really good because initially I thought you have to avoid them, and that would have been unreasonably difficult. Also, if you hold Sparkster's charge button for too long, for like 30 seconds, it will explode and stun him briefly, which is very cute. Wait, did I figure out the pattern for this? I think I figured out the pattern for this. Get fucked! Get absolutely dunked on. Alright. Now I just need to figure out the pattern for the next guy. Alright. I like how Sparkster's like, come on, let's go. We're in an exploding space station. Get the fuck out of here. Only now. Now the real battle for survival. It's not even a fight. We've just got to not die. Yeah, that's the easiest thing in the world. Just don't get hit and you'll win. What could be easier than just not getting hit? Channeling Civvy. Okay, that was better the last 2 times. Okay, that's better than taking the full hit. I think this might be the run class. I would be too, Tane, in fairness. There's some crazy shit going on. You know, I'm being chased by the heart of a space station. That's not normal. Oh, we're so close. Oh. I think we did it. I think we did it! I think we did it! Yes! We did it. We did it! Woo! Hell yeah. No continues. No continues. And I brought back Princess Sherry. And I brought back Princess Sherry. Actually 1 CC. I will sing after the credits, Gondola. I got my revenge. I didn't just move this from the L to the W column, I stomped on it. Just as I have conquered the Noid, Rocket Knight 2 has fallen. Now let's enjoy the credits. Oh, and let's see who directed it. After the credits, I'm gonna grab some water, then I'll sing some songs, then I might... Yeah, all I needed was to not be tired as fuck. Yeah, I had today off, I went for a nice hike, I've been having a great day. Let's just enjoy... and turn up the music. Nobuya Nakazato. Character design. Tapped! Shiori Sato design. What a good game. Kenichiro Horio. Super Program. Koji Kamata. Ultra Program. Kenji Miyaoka. Main, Super, and Ultra Program. Music composed, Masanori Ohuchi. Akimata. Yes, you told me about Akimata last time, Mr. J. Masanori Adachi, Hiroshi Kobayashi. Yep. I actually have the soundtrack for both this and Sparkster on records. They put out LPs. Konami Kukeha Club has been putting out all their old soundtracks. Hata. Okay. Yeah, has been putting out all their old soundtracks as vinyl records. I am. Look, they look very similar. It's a small font, and I need better glasses. They could have used a larger font. Come on. It's true, Woozle. Yeah, they did, Torgo. I have a lot of Konami soundtracks on vinyl now. Castlevania 1, 2, 3, 4, Castlevania The Adventure Rebirth. What else by Konami? Biomiracle Bokute Upa, Rocket Knight Adventures, Sparkster. Yeah, now it says try normal mode, which is really hard mode, and hard mode is crazy hard mode. I'm going to show you crazy hard mode for a second, because I need you to understand how unfair it is. Yeah, so there's children, easy, normal, hard. On hard, you have 1 player and 0 continues. And not just that, you take more damage from everything. So if you get touched, you die. So let's, this otherwise friendly game, let's see how long it takes me to die. So I was thinking, Torgo, of putting on another Sega Genesis game, one that I grew up with, that's not very good, that I nonetheless have I don't even know if it's right to call them fond memories. More like a bad game that I would like to share with people that I played a lot because it was one of the games that I had. Which is just how games go when you're a kid, you know? You don't have much purchasing power, you know, as an 8-year-old. That was almost bad. The level selector cheat actually does not work in the US version of the game. Funny enough. Look at that! You're dead and the game is over. That's what ultra hard mode is like. I will actually be right back, class. So I'm gonna leave the... Should I leave the demo screen up or... No, I'll leave you with better music. Give me just 1 second. And I will be back. I need to use the bathroom and grab some water. But I will leave you... I'll leave you with different good Sega music. Hold on. Oh yeah, and no one correctly identified the tune, so the gold star is still ready. All right. Thank you for waiting, class. Does anybody know what game the music is from? It's also on Sega Genesis. And a very good game. Well, it's good, but I get very mad at it. That is not from Sonic. No, I'm not going to say it. Though I do owe 2 songs. So let me pull up some songs, do a little singing, and then I was thinking I could put on a bad game from my childhood that I like. I don't know if like's the right word. I just spent a lot of time with, is probably the best way I can put it, which is X-Men on Sega Genesis. Now, X-Men 2 on Sega Genesis is a great game. X-Men 1 is not. X-Men 1 is, in fact, rather bad. But, you know, 1993, nothing was cooler than the X-Men, you know, with the cartoon and everything. So, of course, I had to have the Sega Genesis game. And it's, yeah, you'll see. You'll see. Now, I think it's fair to say that I did not... Whoops, that's not the song I wanted. No, that's a good song. Come on. No. Well, I guess I'm singing this one now. Because it doesn't want to change away. Who can it be knocking at my door? Go away, don't come round here no more. Can't you see that it's late at night? I'm very tired, and I'm not feeling right. All I wish is to be alone. Stay away, don't you invade my home. Best off if you hang outside. Don't come in, I'll only run and hide. Who can it be now? 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 Who can it be knocking at my door? Make no sound, tiptoe across the floor. If he hears, he'll knock all day. I'll be trapped, and here I'll have to stay. I've done no harm, I keep to myself. There's nothing wrong with my state of mental health. I like it here with my childhood friend. Here they come, those feelings again. Who can it be now? 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 Is it the man come to take me away? Why do they follow me? It's not the future that I can see. It's just my fantasy. Yeah! Man, Men at Work really just came out with 3 banger albums and then never did anything else ever again. That's pretty sick, honestly. Whoa, who can it be now? 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 Who can it? Who can it? Who can it be now? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's keep it rolling with an 80s feel. I think this was 80s. Might have been late 70s. Just as I thought it was going all right, I found out I'm wrong when I thought it was right. It's always the same, it's just a shame, that's all. I could say day and you'd say night. Tell me it's black when I know that it's white. It's always the same, it's just a shame, that's all. I could leave but I won't go, though my heart might tell me so. I can't feel a thing from my head down to my toes. But why does it always seem to be me looking at you and you looking at me? It's always the same, it's just a shame, that's all. Turning me on, turning me off, making me feel like I want too much. Living with you's just putting me through it all of the time. Running around, staying out all night, taking it all instead of taking one bite. Living with you's just putting me through it all of the time. I could leave but I won't go, it'd be easier I know. I can't feel a thing from my head down to my toes. Why does it always seem to be me looking at you, you looking at me? It's always the same, it's just a shame, that's all. Truth is I love you more than I wanted to. There's no point in trying to pretend. There's been no one who makes me feel like you do. Say we'll be together till the end. And happy retirement to Phil Collins. That's sad news. I could leave, but I won't go. It'd be easier, I know. I can't feel a thing from my head down to my toes. So why does it always seem to be me looking at you and you looking at me? It's always the same, it's just a shame, that's all. But I love you more than I wanted to. There's no point in trying to pretend. There's been no one who makes me feel like you do. Say we'll be together till the end. But just as I thought it was going alright, I found out I'm wrong when I thought I was right. It's always the same, it's just a shame, that's all. I could say day and you'd say night. Tell me it's black when I know that it's white. It's always the same, it's just a shame, that's all, that's all. Now we just got a long outro. Hold on a sec, I'm gonna grab the game I was talking about. Oh, come on. Sorry, the playlist was not cooperating. So, class, I grabbed a couple Sega Genesis games just to do like a little showcase. So, hold on. This is 1993's X-Men. It's a pretty bad game with absolutely hideous sound effects and music. But at the time, it was probably the best X-Men game there was other than the arcade one. Fearing the rising tide of anti-mutant hysteria, Professor Charles Xavier, a mutant telepath, formed the X-Men to confront blah 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 blah. Yeah, we all know. X-rated. Though I will say, that's a sick-looking Magneto. Sometimes you have to crush your enemies where they live. So he sends the woo beam down and messes with the Danger Room, which was the hyper-realistic, simulation room the X-Men used. Let's play on Hero. I don't think you can beat the game on the lowest difficulty. Well, there was a different game on Super Nintendo. This one's unique to Genesis. So we can play as either Gambit, real name Remy LeBeau, 6'2", 180 pounds. His intelligence is normal. That seems generous. Strength, athlete, speed, athlete, stamina, athlete, agility, peak human. And they give you get his whole thing. Kurt Wagner, Nightcrawler. Strength, normal, speed, and stamina, blah, blah, blah. the one everyone immediately went to as a kid was Wolverine, middle name Logan. 5'3", 195 pounds. He is so short. He's Danzig sized, but pure muscle. He actually sucks in this game. He's not very fun to play as. And you've got Scott Summers, Cyclops. Also, looking at how jacked Cyclops is, there's no way he's 175 pounds. He's like 220 minimum. But as a kid, I always thought Gambit was the coolest, so let's go with Gambit. So you've got your normal jump, but if you hit the jump button twice, so A does your mutant power, you can charge it. B is your standard attack, which has a really annoying sound effect. C is jump. If you double tap C, you do a slightly higher jump, and if you press again at the height of your jump, you do a spin. It's really awkward and weird and bad. And you enter danger room. Sacre bleu, this must be Professor X's special simulation of the Savage Land. Let's have some fun, eh? I apologize to all Creole and Cajun speaking people everywhere. But basically this is the game. You go from simulation to simulation of all different places, you know, that the X-Men cartoon had visited, seeing characters that you're familiar with, enduring terrible, terrible sound effects. I know it was awful, Gondola. And basically you just go through the levels. There's lots of blind jumps, stuff you wouldn't know about, cheap hits, you know, all the hallmarks of substandard licensed games from the time. Also, one thing this game does, so you can actually not beat this game if you have a Sega Genesis Model 3, which was the last major hardware revision Sega made. It's the really tiny one that they came out with around 96 or 97, you know, as like a super budget pack-in kind of thing. You cannot beat this game on that because it lacks a reset button. There is a point in the game where the danger room has become corrupted and they say the system needs to reboot. And the only way to do that is to reset the system, and then the game will start back up from where, you know, it's like supposed to be. Which is kind of neat, I guess, but I couldn't figure that out as a kid, so as far as I was concerned, the game ended after level 4. Because I didn't have a strategy guide, and no one in my neighborhood knew that you were supposed to reset the Genesis. Because why would you ever do that? Why would you reset the game on purpose when you didn't need to, you know? Also, lots of, you know, just stuff hidden throughout the level that you're probably not going to find unless you've only got a certain number of games, and this is one of them. Though we do have a waterfall secret, so that's an automatic 10 out of 10 right there. And I think the thing that stuck most with me about this game are just the awful, awful sound effects. Like, they're so bad. Also, if you fall off the stage, Jean Grey rescues you. Can't play as her. You can call in mutant assistants in some levels. So, like, you can call in Storm as an assistant, and that's cool. But it's like, man, I'd rather play as Storm. She's a lot cooler than Nightcrawler. No offense to Nightcrawler. Storm's just cool. Oh, but you can make this jump if you do the stupid double tap the button thing, I think. Nope. It's not a good game. I'm tempted to do an episode of Bloom Center CX for this, but I don't think enough people know this one to really make it worth doing. Because it's not as bad as something like Hide-Lide, which is infamously bad. You know, Hide-Lide is so bad that people know what it is. This is just a mediocre licensed platformer from the Sega Genesis era, and there's about 1 million of those. Never mind that there are not 1 million Sega games. Oh, and you've got the worst mosquito sound effect in the world. Can't stop me, I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. Guess what? You can just ignore this fight mostly. I mean, I'm not convinced I can beat this game, first off. Yeah, Juggernaut will just run off the screen if you let him, which is nice, because otherwise he takes like no damage when you hit him, and it's not very fun to deal with. You can kind of cheese your way through some of these sections by just taking a little bit of fall damage. Oh. Oh. Oh dear. That's true, Nanara. And my opinions have changed over time. Like, as a kid, I thought Cyclops is a dweeb. Now, I think he's alright. Oh, and in the your health does not recover between stages, so there's floating health things you can break in the danger room in between stages. And it's cool that there's, unique dialogue for each X-Men when they enter a level. Like, that's a neat little bit of attention to detail, I guess. Overall, this is just a supremely mediocre game. I'm not sure if it's bad or if I was just bad at it as a kid. It's certainly not good. This is not a good-looking game. It's pretty ugly. And I don't need my games to be all lookers, but this one's pretty rough looking. Not very colorful. Especially, consider that this came out the same year as Rocket Knight Adventure, which we just played. It's like... Yeah, you can the mutant powers actually all correspond to what they do. Licensed games are sometimes good. I mean, most of the Disney licensed games on Genesis are really good. Like, I played Quackshot on stream, and that's a great game. Land of Illusion, World of Illusion, Castle of Illusion, all great games. Mickey's Magical Quest titles on Super Nintendo, all great. Lion King, Aladdin, those are good. Pinocchio as well, can go right up there with them. Not as good as the others, but still good. This is just full of lots of cheap hits. Oh no, and the Tiny Toons games. Those were good. It's just, there's so many bad licensed games that the good ones kind of fall to the wayside in your mind, Because for every, good licensed game, there were 10 bad ones. But in a way, I don't know, that almost makes the good ones more precious. Oh yeah, if you go in the tree, he'll just stomp until you fall out of it. Lion King is a cruel game. Lion King is a game that does not respect you, the player. It wants you to be sad. Just the I just can't wait to be king level, with the insane inputs you have to do, is so unreasonably difficult. I remember the first time I played that, and I saw that, there was a double up arrow, and I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean? You gonna leave, Juggernaut? You bored yet? Nope. Please go. Trying to fight him also pretty much just doesn't work. You can see his health bar in the lower left there. Oh yeah. You can switch between characters during the level, and you can also call in assistants. So let's call in Storm. Which, cool, did 2 bits of damage to Juggernaut. He's just gonna keep stomping. Please go away. You went away for Gambit, why won't you go away from me? There we go. That's the kind of game this is. So I'm not going to play too much of it. I just wanted to show that and kind of gauge, do you think that would be good for an episode? Now, its sequel, amazingly, X-Men 2, The Clone Wars, came out in like 96. It was a very late Genesis release. And is really good. So before you even get to the title screen, you have to play through a level. And it just drops you in as a random X-Men, so I'm Psylocke now. So first of all, you can see immediately how much better the graphics are. And your mutant powers actually are cool this time. The music also immediately improved. Just what a difference between this and the one we were just playing. Also, when your health goes into the yellow territory, you get like a super upgraded version of your mutant power. It's awesome. This is a good game. That would actually be, I think, a lot of fun to play through on stream. That I've also never beaten. I've had this since it came out and just never sat down and beat it. Because you didn't play games always as a kid to beat them. You played them because, you know, you liked the X-Men and it was fun. And when you got stuck, you'd stop playing. Because why bash your head against the wall? You have other games you can play, or you can go outside. I don't know. This game, though, I do enjoy a lot. So I'll just show you a little bit of it. Just, you know, ideas for future episodes, basically. I probably won't end up streaming super late tonight, because I do have a rehearsal in the morning. Oh yeah, and Psylocke can grab onto walls, I forgot. And also, it's Psylocke, come on, she's great. She's like 80% leg. Very, very Rob Liefeld. The worst. It's astonishing how much he gets paid versus how bad an artist he is. If anyone read like X-Force or Cable in the 90s, those comics, you know exactly the art style I'm talking about. Like women with anatomy that doesn't work at all. You know, men who are refrigerator sized and have just pouches and belts strapped all over them. There's a great video. It was, I think, Todd McFarlane. Yeah. Well, it was the style at the time, you know. But I think it was Todd McFarlane and Rob Liefeld together just coming up with a character on the spot, like showing character design. And Stan Lee is looking over their shoulder to, you know, comment on it and ask them questions, you know, like the perspective of an old-time professional at it. And the whole time, Stan Lee is just, like, ruthlessly commenting on how stupid their character design is, and they don't seem to pick up on it at all. It's very entertaining. Because he's looking at this guy who's covered in, like, chains and armor and blades and pouches everywhere. Stanley's like, oh, can't imagine this guy going to the bathroom, can you? Just like, he can't take any of that off, can he? How's he get dressed in the morning? Does it take him 2 hours? Just like the whole time ragging on their design. And they're just like, oh, we didn't think about that. And he's like, yeah, I could tell. It's very funny. Oh yeah, you can use her psionic blade to propel yourself through the air. Has Psylocke ever been in an X-Men movie? I haven't seen any of the newer ones, so I don't know. I think the last one I saw all the way through was Days of Future Past, and that was nearly a decade ago at this point. I think that was 2014. Oh, Stanley absolutely just tearing them apart. It's very, very funny. I also do not remember what the story for this game is supposed to be. That there's clones or something. Oh, she was in X-Men Apocalypse. I did not see that one. I heard it was absolutely dreadful. Olivia Munn. That's her name. Yeah, and now you get the title screen. Okay, 1995. I thought it was 96. I probably got the game in 96. And I like how you're on, like, a Cerebro screen. This was just full of stuff that tied into the comics and cartoon show thematically. As a kid, I would have been super into this story. As an adult, I'm like, I don't care. Here's your playable cast, though. You got Beast. You got Cyclops. You got Gambit. Also, much larger and more detailed character sprites. You've got Nightcrawler, Psylocke, and Wolverine. So let's be Wolverine. And look at that. That's a proper Wolverine attack. Wolverine should be able to rip through everything. And you've got big, sentinels in the background. Just, this looks X-Men. And you've got to break stuff to send electrical currents along the floor to open stuff. Very, very classic video game puzzle solving in an action stage. Is this, a spectacular 10 out of 10 game? No. But it's fun. This is what I think a licensed game should be, where it's fun enough that if it wasn't X-Men, you would still have fun playing the game. But because it's X-Men and you like X-Men, you're going to have a blast playing the game. And that just taught you don't get hit, don't get shocked by electricity. That's a good point, Duck Duck Snow. It's like, who were the popular characters? Obviously Wolverine. It's always going to be popular now. And especially back then because of the cartoon. Which I rewatched not too long ago and was surprised to find that it really holds up. It's quite a good show. Oh, good point, Hazmat. Let's see. Let's just say, messing around on assorted Genesis games. Let's mess around. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, but rewatching the X-Men show as an adult, I was very pleased that, it was pretty good. Nothing mind-blowing, but it didn't treat its audience, kids, like they were stupid. In the first episode, it looks like somebody dies. It looks like Morph gets killed. And there's real, characters react to that. It's not just a, oh, he'll be back next week. No, Morph is dead. And Wolverine blames himself. And there's real emotion there. And it's like, kids shows shouldn't be scared to have, real stakes and consequences for their characters. And to let their characters, feel that stuff. I can't think of many other shows in, 1993 that were doing that. Certainly not of American cartoons. The animation is a bit wonky sometimes, but in moments where it matters, it usually looks all right. Oh, I'm dying a lot. There we go. Hey, Wise, how's it going? Oh, I got zapped. Hey, Boleros, how you doing? I beat Rocket Knight, so I'm just messing around with other Genesis games. Not gonna seriously try to beat any of them tonight. Just kind of wanted to show games I remember fondly, games I don't remember fondly, or games that I specifically remember poorly, as in thinking poorly of them. I do like that this has the option where you can look down and see, up or down. It's very cool. There we go. And this brings us to stage 2 of the level, or the next part. I never got super far in this game, but it was always just a lot of fun, to put in and play for a bit. Let's see. Punch that robot, Scott. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Bullaros. That was hype. I do care. I've never loved that game. I think because I didn't have it when I got my Genesis. I didn't get it till many years later, so it wasn't as impressive. I wish I had the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers game. I should find a copy. I remember the Super Nintendo Mighty Morphin game being really good, but I don't remember as much about the Genesis one. Oh, I forgot how sick Scott's I-beams look in this. Look at that. That's proper. That's how it should be. Now, that's not some dinky little blast. That's a full beam. And the higher your health is, the more powerful your mutant attack is. So, you know, you have high incentive to not get hit. You know, other than not dying. No, the Genesis game catalog's amazing, Ricaire. So many good games. I hope I can change your mind on the Genesis. Pretty much anything Konami put out on the Genesis is absolutely worth playing. Sega themselves also tons of hits, but there were so many good games on Genesis. You know, I think if you're comparing the Genesis and the Super Nintendo, here's the thing. I think there are more A+, like, all-time classic, can recommend to anybody games on Super Nintendo, but there's so many, like, C+ to B+ games on Genesis where if you're a fan of the genre, they're essential, that, for me, you know, I get different things out of the library. I don't think there's anything on Genesis that can match, you know, like Super Metroid. But there's almost nothing on any system. Oh, that's not true at all. You got Phantasy Star 2, 3, and 4. You've got, I mean, Sword of Vermilion's okay. The Super Nintendo has more RPGs. I think the only RPGs on Super Nintendo that are better than Phantasy Star 4 are Final Fantasy VI and Chrono Trigger. That's it. That's how good Phantasy Star 4 is. And if we're counting Sega CD, that's a different story entirely. Because then you've got both Lunar games, you've got Vey, you've got Popful Mail, but that's more action RPG. Ugh. What do you mean there aren't good tactics games? Shining Force 1 and 2. Man hasn't played Shining Force. Or Landgrisser, which was Warsong in the US. Oh, Genesis got him. And then you've got stuff like Herzog 2, which was a real-time tactics game, kind of the first of its kind. And if we're talking genres like shmups, the Super Nintendo's best don't even come close to the Genesis. Then you haven't played enough Genesis games. Look up games like, Light Crusader, Landstalker, Phantasy Star 2, 3, and 4. Got a ton. Now we've got our boss fight. Valis 1, 2, and 3. All great. The only Valis game on Super Nintendo was Super Valis 4, and that was a really bad port. Valis 3, especially on Genesis, has incredible like cutscenes, story parts. You know, they even in the middle of gameplay. Oh. Wait. There we go. That was close. I think there is health on this side I can pick up. Yeah, there we go. the game isn't so cruel as to make us go back through the level as it's exploding. And this is kind of like your Super Metroid, you know, escape scene in miniature. I always like when games do this. Where they're like, okay, remember the level you just went through? I hope so, because you gotta escape now. Which is always tough, but... Oh yeah, there's so many great Genesis games. I'd be happy to just, like, shoot you a list of some of my, like, must-play recommendations. Because I am a huge fan. I mean, obviously I love the Super Nintendo as well, but the libraries are very different. So, like, if you like action games and shmups, the Genesis is second to none. The Sega CD had more of the RPGs than the Genesis itself did, but they're out there. I mean, Phantasy Star 2 and Phantasy Star 4 in particular are must-plays for any fan of JRPGs. Like, they are classics up there with, you know, the best Final Fantasy titles. I mean, and it did arcade better than anything else. Not that the Super Nintendo didn't have good arcade ports, because it did. But the Genesis was really designed... Well, and Sega themselves made, you know, more arcade games than Nintendo did. So I think it's kind of natural that the content would skew that way. So this escape is difficult. Just because any lingering fire hurts you. I mean, makes sense, it's fire. So I think we're right at the end. Yeah, there we go. They did. Though I will say, Mortal Kombat 2 on Super Nintendo plays a lot better than Mortal Kombat 2 on Genesis. And Mortal Kombat 2 for Super Nintendo had the blood put back in. And people forget, on the Genesis version of Mortal Kombat 1, you still had to enter a code to have the blood. It wasn't like it was there by default. Yeah, the console market now is super different. You know, it's pretty much Nintendo just doing their own thing. And I don't see any reason at all right now to buy a PS5 or Xbox One X. Actually, the only reason I can see for buying an Xbox One X is the backwards compatibility with original Xbox. Like, that's the thing that's most interesting to me about that system. The idea that I could theoretically put in my, you know, my real disc copy of Panzer Dragoon Orta and play it on my 4K TV. Yeah, the Switch is great, but it's, you know, I'd say predominantly a handheld that can go on your TV, which I think is a really smart approach for Nintendo to have taken, because they've always been the kings of the handheld market. You know, I have a Game Gear. I love my Game Gear. It's not as good a system as the Game Boy. Not even close. Or like, I have a Neo Geo Pocket Color. I love it. It couldn't have come anywhere close to dethroning the the Game Boy. I have a Wonder Swan. I have a Swan Crystal. Great hardware. Sony hates success, I think. I bought a Vita in, I think, early 2014, so still pretty early days for the system. And it was very hard for me to get hold of any memory cards for it. I mean, you're not wrong, Mr. J, but I'm gonna say not forgettable. Well, it did also have two exclusive Metal Slug games. Metal Slug First Mission and Metal Slug Second Mission, which were totally unique, that are now finally on other platforms. A Neo Geo Pocket Color collection came out for modern platforms very recently, and I finally got my copy from Limited Run Games. And, I mean, if you like 8-bit fighting games, there are none better. They are the best they've ever been. But you also get really good ports of Metal Slug First Mission, Metal Slug Second Mission, which are totally fun games on their own right. You know, they don't feel compromised, even though they obviously don't look anywhere near as good as other Metal Slug titles. You've also got kind of a top-down action RPG called Dark Arms Beast Buster, which is a weird title, and an excellent handheld port of Neo Turf Masters, which is my all-time favorite golf game. The arcade one, not the handheld port, though the handheld port's excellent. I love me some Neo Turf Masters. I will take on all challengers in that anytime, any day. Love me some Neo Turf Masters. I actually really like golf video games in general, which might sound a little funny, but I think golf is just more fun as a video game. Oh yeah, I forgot Wolverine can climb with his claws, and it's super cool. I was very lucky about that health. Man, this game's cool. Oh yeah, I did a lot of playing the PS1 library on the Vita. That was one of its best features, and Sony totally messed up by not really capitalizing on that. PSP games as well. But it was so nice basically just having a really good portable PS1. Sorry, Pinky, the hat came off. Also, I beat Rocket Knight in like an hour, hour 15, so I'm just messing around with other Genesis titles. I did play Gravity Rush. Let me put my hat on, hold on. I played it first on the Vita, and then I played it again on the PS4. Let me put my hat on. There we go. Oh, no, it got rid of it for some reason. Sorry, Pinky, let me refund you. I don't know why VC Face has been doing that recently. Let me just refund that. Hold on. Hat's gonna stay off for now. One sec. Let me see. A PC release would be great. Oh, thank you, XSE. I don't know if you could hear that. That was my joints popping. There, you should have your points back. There we go. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that lately. I'll have to figure that out. I did not. I kind of want one, even though they're pretty useless now. Didn't they also do something very similar to the PS Pico with their Xperia phone line? Or am I thinking of something else? Actually, if we're thinking about video game phones, I know it was stupid. Part of me still wants an old Nokia N-Gage. I know it's a dumb console that failed for good reason. Part of me still just wants an N-Gage to have one. Because it's one of the only handheld systems I don't have. Thinking about it. Because pretty much every other major handheld that's come out, I do own. I don't know if you would call the N-Gage a major handheld, but I think you know what I mean. It's up there with like the Tiger Gamecom for things I want, even though I know they're terrible. I don't know, there's fun in bad video games. And I don't just mean like games that aren't particularly fun, but like hardware that was a bad idea kind of thing. Man, this level's way harder than I remember it being. I'm getting my ass whooped. Let's try Beast. I haven't played as Beast yet. I don't remember what his power is. I think he slams the ground. Yeah, he slams the ground real hard. Oh, and he punches good. Ooh, and he's got a stomp. Okay. Now I remember what Beast's deal is. Man, that's cool. And useful for any enemy to hit them from the top. Hey, why does Magneto have, like, weird soldiers in space? Maybe I just don't remember that part. Oh yeah, this is what I want for this level. Look at that. Look at him go. Oh, and he can also ascend by jumping off the wall. That is good to know. Okay, you have to hit them when they're not glowing. That makes sense, I suppose. Oh no, can Beast just not get that health? Come on. Oh, oh dear. This game's hard. In your opinion, Ricare, is it worth picking up a PSP Go today? I know the servers would be shut down or whatnot, but I'm sure there's, you know, a homebrew way to sideload stuff. Do you think it's worth giving it a try? Because I like the form factor a lot. I think it's a very nice looking system. Ooh, now it has a projectile. Okay, this is awesome. I think this will let me get through the level pretty easily. If I can hold on to it. Which I couldn't. Damn it. There we go. Oh. As improved as this is over the first X-Men game on Genesis, still not perfect. That or I'm just bad at it, which seems equally likely. Oh, come on, die. There we go. Okay, so he throws straight forward. Got him. Oh, we're at 1 health. Please let there be a pickup. Well, barely enough time to get in there. Let's see. Oh. That's a tight hitbox. Let's see. I'll give this until I run out of lives. Then there's one more game I'd like to just show a little bit of tonight, and then I think I might just call it an early night. Take that as my sign to to go to bed early since I have a morning rehearsal. Be responsible for once. And not sleep deprive myself. Yeah, I only have one PS Vita, but I do have 2 Vita TVs. One of which is set up for homebrew and one of which is stock. Because I got them when they were going for like $20 a piece. I thought, oh, this looks neat. And it was. And is. I maintain that. Okay, this part's not great for Cyclops. Oh, really? Really, Scott? You can't reach just a little farther. There you go. Ooh, that'll help, though. Can you not jump higher? Pathetic. Pathetic. That's why no one likes you, Cyclops. You're a chump. Nah, he's not a chump. He's cool. Can I blast through the wall? No, I can't. There we go. That's a little surprising that they actually bothered to have proper collision detection on something. I wouldn't really expect a 16-bit game to do that. Okay, just a little closer. Come on. There we go. I'm just trying not to get caught off guard again. Can you imagine how strong your leg would have to be one leg off that thing and standing like nothing was wrong? Let's just very, very carefully take out this gun emplacement. And then pray there is some health up there. Health, please. just a crumb. Oh, come on. Oh, that's fine. We've got one life left. Yeah, what if we just channel some rip and tear? Just rush through full violence. That may be the way. And climbing to get more health. That might be the key. Utilizing my mutant powers effectively. Why can I not climb on that surface? Climb on that. Nope. Guess the game doesn't want me to cheese it too badly. It's disappointing if understandable. Speedruns of this game must look cool. I'm not necessarily going the speedy route here. There's something satisfying feeling about controlling Wolverine's climbing like this. I don't really know how to describe it, because it's very clunky. But it feels nice. Oh. I went out of my way to get that health. And then messed up. Oh, let's see, Pinky. You really want to be insulted? You saucy, mammering miscreant. You crave and roguish bloodsucker. Thank you, I enjoy doing those. Ooh, maybe I can hang out on the ceiling and... Nope. That didn't work at all. There we go. I might just be bad at this game. I think that's the sad truth I will have to accept. Let's see, any health up here? Ooh, yeah, look at that. Clearly the game wants you to play as Wolverine. Might. Okay, Thoden, listen. It's hardly an easy game. Oh, I think if you wait around, Wolverine just heals himself a bit. Which would make sense. It's Wolverine's thing, kinda. Okay, there we go. Man, these guys suck. Like a lot. Just, oh. Very annoying to deal with. And I'm bad at it, apparently. Yeah, exactly. There's no super shotgun. I don't know what to do. I think I tried everyone here except Psylocke and Nightcrawler. Let's give her a go. She does have a longer range weapon than most, but she's a little slow to use it. She's got her spin attack, which is pretty useful. She's also just cool. That's very important. I like how that just phases people out of existence. Like, just erased. These little exploding floor mines are very annoying. There we go. Okay, we're doing all right as Psylocke. Okay. We're hanging in there. I don't know how I'm gonna handle these guys with their annoying pattern. Yeah, this is X-Men 2 on the Sega Genesis Fuse Hunter, which is a remarkably better game than X-Men 1 on the Sega Genesis, which is terrible. Are you telling me that's not what you would do, Pinky? You wouldn't immediately charge into battle in spandex? I know I would. Alright, I think that's a game over. Yes, it is. Oh, we get a cool rampant phalanx. Oh wow, it looks like the whole world's dead now. Those are some stakes. One last game I'd like to show on stream. I know Woozle was in here earlier, and he is a big mech fan. One of the best shmups ever, and certainly one of my favorite, is on the Genesis, called Musha. It's part of the Aleste series. Musha stands for Metallic Uniframe Super Hybrid Armor, and it's one of the coolest top-down shooters I've ever seen. Also, not a cheap cartridge. I'm glad I got it a long time ago when it wasn't that expensive, but if you look up prices for Musha on the Sega Genesis, I have a copy with box and cartridge. I'm missing the manual, but we're talking expensive. Also, keep in mind, this is a cartridge game, and we've got essentially an anime cutscene intro. How cool looking is that? Also, some of the best music on the whole system. It's incredible. I'm not going to play too much, but look at this. The enemy ships have all been destroyed, sir. Let me look up what a copy of Musha goes for these days, because I'm a bit out of touch with the used game market these days. Let's see, Musha Genesis. Oh, it's so good, Duck Duck Snow. Cheapest one I'm seeing is $700. Other listings I see are $850, $1,000, $2,000, $750. Yeah, it's not a cheap game. Is it worth that much money? Absolutely not. No single video game is worth $1,000. But if you find a copy for cheap, buy it. Yeah, exactly. You can get a car for that. I mean, this game's awesome. 100% I advise you to play it any way you can. Also, just how cool. How cool is this? That's the demo screen. Let me start the game. I mean, not even play then list, but just play it. Yeah. Well, actually, if you have a Nintendo Switch Online, oh, you can also change the form of your options when you get them. Nintendo Switch Online's Sega Genesis service has added Musha, I believe, as one of the titles available. So play it that way if you have that option. But I mean, look at this. You've got a mixture of, like, ancient Japan, and you've got, I mean, ancient Japan and mechs as your combo. And you can set your options to whatever, style you prefer. Incredible music. Rich power-up system. Incredible scrolling in the background. Tons of different weapon types. It's just an amazing, amazing game. I would be tempted to play this on stream, but as much as I like shmups, I would be self-conscious of not being as good at them as I am at, like, platformers and other genres. I'm not bad at shmups, but, you know, people like Tane, who that's what they stream, you know, watch them play shmups, not me. I'm mediocre. And you have a secondary weapon as well, in addition to your main shot. So the game gets crazy. This was a fairly early Genesis release as well, I think 90 or 91. And it still looks amazing. I mean, look at the detail in all the background scenery. Yeah. No, so can he. He's a good singer. Yes, but if we're talking about like where did I spec my skill points in life, it was more into music than arcade shmups. But this is a fairly fair game in terms of its overall difficulty. You know, there's certainly shmups that are much, much harder than this. This is just one of the best. You know, the difficulty has nothing to do with the quality of the game overall. It's just, God, I just put this soundtrack on sometimes when I'm just, you know, hanging around the house and I need, like, cool tunes. I mean, listen to this. It's amazing. Okay, but am I wrong, Pinky? Look at the graphics are beautiful in this. I mean, Rocket Knight that we, you know, finished earlier in the stream is from 93, and that game, you know, I don't think you can really make it look much better than it does. You know, I don't think, you know, it got a 3D reboot, remake kind of thing sometime around 2011, and I don't think it looks as good as the original. I mean, that's entirely subjective, you know, I'm sure, like, kids that have grown up with nothing but 3D visuals probably think the old one looks weird and bad, but, you know, purely subjectively, my own opinion, I think good pixel art will never, ever get old. Like, it will always look as good as the day it came out, and in some cases is appreciated more now than it was then. You know, games towards the later 90s, when pixel art was kind of out of favor, people didn't appreciate what they had. You know, Symphony of the Night didn't get, you know, the darling reception it has today at the time. Oh, shit. You know, simply because it was a 2D game when everyone wanted 3D. Alright, now we've got some more firepower. Avoid the shots. Well, at least they're dropping some power-ups for me. That's generous. Yeah, I think they really can look ageless. So, you know, if it was a good detailed sprite 20 years ago, it'll be a good detailed sprite 20 years from now. Can people make better ones? Sure, but that doesn't mean the old one's bad automatically, you know? That's like how Super Mario Bros. 3 on NES still looks great. Of course Super Mario World looks better on SNES. But it doesn't mean, you know, the old one suddenly looks bad. To get highfalutin intellectual on here, in the long-form poem Endymion by John Keats, there is a line that a thing of beauty is a joy forever. Now, I don't think he was thinking of, you know, Sega Genesis games when he wrote that, but it's true. You know, that will never... This game will never not look great. I mean, look how cool this is. It's a giant, like, ancient Japanese castle on tank treads. Yeah, exactly, Torgo. Good design passes the test of time. That, too. Also, like any good boss fight, it's got multiple phases. So maybe Reway would be better here so I can get hits in from the side. That's the thing, there's a lot of, you know, I don't think people who don't play shmups appreciate how much depth of gameplay there is to them. like going to free for my option design there was definitely the way to go. I'm going to go inside. Let's go. But this is a great game. This is the kind of game that, even if you're not a huge shmup fan, I think it's accessible enough that it's not too hard, you know? And everything about it is cool enough that I think you'll feel motivated to keep playing, despite difficulty, you might have with it if you're not used to shooters. This isn't like, Donpachi or something, or a Bullet Hell, where, you need to memorize everything, and I mean, I enjoy those kinds of games. Like, I really like shooters by the company Psychio. They made, like, the Strikers 1945, 1, 2, and 3, Gunbird 1 and 2, like, those kinds of games. That's my favorite style of shooter, where it's challenging and you've got really complex boss patterns. And it's sort of bullet hell, but not so much that it's inaccessible. Even for someone who's not great at them, they're still a lot of fun to play. And here you've just got such creative fight design. Like staying out of the way of the crushers coming in from the side. That makes this a really unique feeling game. Oh, I don't even have my option anymore. Whoops, I'm dying. So that is one of the challenges in shooters is, dying and then suddenly you lose your power-ups, and then that happens. Yeah, and then you have Battletoads. You've got a bit of each. That would be a good episode, Battletoads. Oh, I'm so low on health. Oh yeah, give me a weapon. There we go. Now we've got some firepower at least. Oh, I lost it immediately. Now we've got an option at least. Or I did for a second. There we go. Ooh, there's a question for you, class. Do you prefer top-down shmups or horizontal? Like, are you more of a Gradius guy? Or are you more, Galaga? Or, 1942. Alright. So Musha is sick. Musha's awesome. Play Musha. Don't buy Musha. Unless you see Musha, like, mislabeled at a flea market for $5, don't spend $1,000 on a video game. No video game is worth $1,000. I'm very glad I have a copy, but I also didn't pay $1,000 for it. I mean, it's always been a rare game, but it was never that expensive, I mean, it was expensive, but it wasn't hundreds of dollars expensive. But, you know what? Whoops. Stickers shouldn't be there. There we go. I am going to call it, I think, a fairly early night. Because I beat my game pretty quickly. And I do have to be up fairly early tomorrow. I won't be streaming tomorrow or Sunday, Sunday being Easter. Oh yeah, Sengoku Bleed. Bolaros, those are both Psychio. That company that's pretty easily my favorite. I love their style of shmup. And especially the visuals in Gunbird are so nice. Like, it's just a great looking game with tons of charm. But let's see who we can go raid. Actually, I know who we can go. Juni Hejiko, everyone's favorite hedgehog boy, is celebrating his 2-year anniversary. So let's see. Let's go with Rocket Knight Raid. Rocket Knight Raid Ventures. Oh, it's my pleasure. I will have a schedule out probably late Sunday. Look forward to it. I will have some good stuff coming up soon, and I will hopefully be getting introduction and rehearsal streams for the VTuber Choir going very soon. So let's Rocket Knight Raid Venture. And I will see you all next week. Oh yeah, no, it felt really good to beat that on my first set of lives, let me tell you. So I will move that game from the loss to the win category, and that just means now the only game I have to rematch is TMNT for the NES. So I will find some calendar time for that, hopefully soon. But have a great night, everybody.
Dreams, you know? And I thought